in all honesty, for our team, I think it's just more than anything sort of a wake-up call of like, practices are going well, and then you have kind of the nail biter with Creighton, and then you come out and you semi feel a little bit invincible, and then you get shoved around a little bit. And that's definitely what happened is the first quarter as that unfolded. It's 29-12. And so just for us to show a little bit of resiliency, to come back, we put it together a little bit of a run. But then for us to have a huge morale check, as far as how are we going to respond to this? And I thought, as we stepped on the floor today, I thought our team had good energy. They had a great enthusiasm and really, really ready to get back to work.
And no next game off type of deal either with Iowa State coming in. I mean, what do you say to the girls, and how much motivation does that give when you got an in-state rivalry?
Well, I think the biggest thing is it's just the next game. But I think the cool piece about it is it's also Iowa State. So yeah, talk about the in-state rivalry. I'm just so happy to be an Iowa native and for these games to happen. I mean, it's great for our fans. It's great for our fans because now they can be in the stands too, to come out and really support two phenomenal teams.
Who's kind of taken on the vocal leadership role for the girls after last night?
Well, I don't think that there's any question that it would be Maddie Peterson and Hannah Fuller. I mean, our two fifth-year seniors have just done a great job of really being able to vocalize, really what it takes, how to respond, how we should, how do we, get back to it today. So I think that their voices have been very, very clear. But I would also say, you hear the Grace Bergs in there, you hear Megan Meyer, you hear Maggie Bear, Allie Woolridge, like all of them, you just get a collectiveness from really our returners who know, okay, guys, it doesn't get any easier from here. So let's go ahead and rally a little bit and get things back in order.
Go ahead.
I would just say that sounds like a good opportunity, like a learning opportunity for your freshmen too, to learn from the veterans in a moment like this after a loss.
Definitely, and I think the awestruck, a little bit of our first year players of knowing like, okay, this is what it looks like at this level, and then how do we respond? And then they watch, our women do so with grace and elegance, yet also like grit and tenacity, and knowing like we got to get back to work, and full knowing that all, over everything is really, okay, how is our program going to respond, and how confident can we continue to be in these situations?
What's allowed Bill Fenway to be as successful as he has at Iowa State over the last few years?
Oh, wow. Interesting question. I would say, I think one of the things he does really, really well is recruit to exactly what he does really, really well. And that's to have, phenomenal players who can shoot it and play offense. I think they've always done such a great job of being able to score. They're scrappy on both ends. And so I think just, I have so much respect for him as a coach. I think he's done such a great job. I mean, I remember as a player, really like kind of sitting back and watching in awe as they had, that was right around their Elite Eight sort of run. So they have a lineage of success, and they're always hard-nosed. They're pretty tough. And so just getting the opportunity to, to go head-to-head, it's just a great learning opportunity for our coaching staff, and then also for our players.
And I know you're focused on Iowa State, but you get Iowa too later this week. I mean, do you have any more of a gauntlet week in your mind than this one right now?
I'm sure that there is, but we're just trying to go one day. I'm actually trying to take it 20 minutes at a time. So really just, trying to stay focused on that. But yeah, the gauntlet it doesn't get any easier. But then we go, our Thanksgiving tournament, we play back to back to back, so someone could argue that is also tough to be able to, play, respond, and then play again. So this is, again, back to in-state rivalry. It's a great opportunity for our fans in the state of Iowa to become bigger fans of all of the programs. I think that's a really big thing that our state really allows all of us to do.
What kind of matchup difficulties do they give you, especially with Ashley Jones, Aubrey Jones, just the plethora of players?
Lexi Donarski,
Yes,
Emily Ryan. I mean, all of them across the board. I totally agree. And so, I think one of the things for us is as you watched us play last night, we got to let it fly. Like we've just got to go for it a little bit more. I mean, one of the things I think I've really come to appreciate about Drake basketball is, like we shoot the ball and we typically shoot the ball well. And so just letting our team understand and know like who we are, and let's just really get back to being Drake basketball.
Last question for me. To have Iowa State come into this building every other year, what does that mean for your program, for young women in the Des Moines Metro who get to see the top talent, especially with a lot of in-state flair to this game?
Yeah. I think for girls across the board, I think it's a phenomenal thing. And I think it's because you get to see a really cool brand of basketball and full knowing that in the state of Iowa, we have highly competitive, great girls basketball in the state. And then as you go to really a fan perspective, there's nothing better, more than anything, because I think if you're an Iowa State fan, you can also be a Drake fan. I think that can happen. I really do. And I think our fans in the state of Iowa are very well educated. I think they love basketball. And I think these games are just really, really good for our state.
I think there's always things to take away from games, wins or losses. We just focus on getting better each game, and I think we came out today in practice, and it was just high energy, high intensity, and we had a good practice today, and we're just going to bounce back for sure.
Yeah, I think it's something you want to learn from. You can't just flush it right away, but you also have to be able to move on from it. So I think, like Grace said, we had a great practice today. Everyone had a lot of energy, so just pouring into each other, just trying to get better each and every practice, and I think we did that today.
Megan, you get Iowa later on this week. Obviously, you have Iowa State first, but what is that game going to mean to you?
Yeah, it'll mean a lot. I'm excited to see my old teammates, and just be able to play against them. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
And then Grace, these guys for Iowa State match up pretty tough. They can play big, they can play small.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you anticipate, what you're going to get from them, or what do you know about what you're going to get from them?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like every team's pretty physical with us, pretty physical with me, so, I mean, that just makes it more fun. Both really great programs, really big opportunity. It should be a really fun game.
And then Coach said you guys just kind of have to let it fly right now. Is that kind of the mentality you guys are taking going into this week?
Yeah, I think she talks about it all the time. Everyone on our team is an offensive threat, and I think just being able to believe that for yourself and also for your teammates. I feel like all of us believe so much in each other, but it kind of comes down to also believing in yourself too, to just let it go when you have it.
Yeah, couldn't have said it any better myself.
Are you guys excited to have this game be at the Knapp Center against Iowa State, where you're probably going to have a full stadium, Iowa State top 25 team, that kind of situation?
Yeah, I mean, I think home games are always just so much fun, protecting your home court. I think, not to be biased, but we have amazing fans, best fans in the state.
Yeah, I think playing at home definitely makes it a lot more fun. Like Grace said, our fans always come out, and they're always engaged. They're not just sitting in the stands. You can hear them clapping, you can hear them yelling, so it'll definitely be really fun to have a top 25 team come into our gym.
And both of you guys grew up playing against some of the big names on the court for Iowa State and Iowa. I mean, when you look back over the years, does that kind of maybe add to this fire a little bit for you?
Yeah, we were talking about just how it's cool to see not only in-state but also AAU teammates. A lot of us played for the All-Iowa Tech, so just seeing each other on the big stage is really cool.
I think too, there's just for both programs a lot of girls that are from Iowa that are playing on both these teams, so it just means more for the in-state fans just to see us going from AAU high school to now college. Just is a lot of fun.
What can this do for growing the game of girls basketball and women's basketball overall too, especially in Iowa where we already have a really strong scene?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it definitely I know when I was a kid growing up, I'd watch my older siblings and go to games, and it just definitely inspired me. And I think the AAU program that Dixon Jensen runs in Ames is just an incredible opportunity for young girls to be able to see girls who play there on the big stage and just inspire them to do that as well.
Yeah, I just think the level of talent and all the teams in the state of Iowa is just amazing, and just we're really role models for those younger girls, and that's awesome.